And welcome to another live stream Watchalong reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Seattle Sounders FC versus Minnesota United FC MLS Cup 2025 playoffs. Western Conference quarterfinals match 2. Minnesota leads series 1-0 on the penalty shootout win from last week. Minnesota leads series. Seattle trying to win at home to get it to a game 3 back in Minnesota on the weekend. With that being said, how we doing? Game got moved. No, I mean, it did a little bit, but not too crazily. But it got moved to like 9:45 instead of 9:30 because it's an FS1 game. Because they always do this stuff. With that being said, because they like to lie. 3 game 3s in the East, 1 game 3 in the West, with 1 to be decided. There will be at least 4 game 3s over the weekend. And if Seattle wins tonight at home, there will be a 5th game 3 this weekend, which would be the most that have ever happened in MLS 3-game series format. How we doing, William? How we doing, Rory? Well, I mean, I like the Patriots and the Steelers, honestly. Always been a Patriots fan, but obviously. With that being said, let's move on. That being said, let's get going. Seattle Sounders FC contra Minnesota United FC en la Oeste Conferencia Cuartos de Final de la MLS Cup Playoffs. Partido 2, Minnesota líder de serie 1-0. Seattle local de la Partido 2. With that being said, we're ready to go. Second to last stream in this room. And second to last review in this room, of course, later tonight. With that being said, Wednesday's the last stream in this room. And you may see the new studio instantly on Thursday evening. You might not. It depends. We'll see what happens there. With that being said, it might be my new room for like 2 days before we get the new studio completely ready. But we're moving. New place, but has a new studio that isn't my room for most of the time. Like, my studio is my room in this place, but we have a new place where, either way, it'll be different. But either way, it's bittersweet considering like 6 3/4 seasons have been done in this room. I mean, you do realize that's gone. Have you not realized that? Like, the end table there is gone. Do you not realize the books are gone? Do you not realize things like that? It's been happening in front of your eyes recently. Either way. With that being said, starting 11s are as follows. For Seattle Sounders, in goal, Stephen Fry. The back four, Nuhu Tolo, Jackson Reagan, Yamar, Gomez Andrade, Alex Roldan. The midfield 2 of Christian Roldan, Obed Vargas. The midfield 3 of Event, Jesus Ferreira. Yeah, no, I gotta. I'm lazy today, and my brain is scrambled. Yay, Jesus Ferreira. That's the other. Yeah, I know, or at least was the other. Cascadia team. Albert Rusnak, Jordan Morris, Danny Masowski. Well, I know it's your first stream, but Scooty's been here at least like 3 weeks, so he's seen the room like with that over there for like 2 weeks. So either way, he's been here for a couple of weeks. With that being said, Minnesota United, Dane St. Clair, the back four of Jefferson Diaz, Michael Boxall, Romero, Anthony Markinich, the midfield 3 of Will Trapp, Nectarios Triantis. We have Joaquin Pereira, Joseph Rosales, Robin Lud, and Bongi Longwan for Minnesota. So what we got there. All right. But I think Seattle wins this game. I think Seattle ends up winning this game. They move on to the game 3. I still think they're going to find a way to win. Well, yeah, of course he supports Liverpool. He's a Mo Salah fan. Why wouldn't he support Liverpool? Why is that a bad thing? Let's see if they did. I don't know if I want to see it, but let's see if I can. Blue Jays Phantom World Series merchandise. This is going to hurt like hell. Nope. Getting ready to go. How we doing, Henry? Nope. People can't find the World Series champions merchandise for 20. No, that's just Temu bullshit. Okay. I don't know if I wanted to see it. I kind of wish I could see it. Guess not. Okay. Blue Jays sold. I know. I know. Hurts. I know. But there is Phantom merchandise from 15 and 16 not making it, but Arizona Cardinals beating the Dallas Cowboys by 17. By the way, if you can't watch Monday Night Football, there you go. I was watching Monday Night Raw, so I was watching this game. Friday, December 5th is the World Cup draw. We'll be live for it. Of course. Here we go. Belonga's actually a good play, great player. Yeah, I know. I know. Talking about signing him on your freaking FIFA career mode for like the worst Premier League team or something. Yeah, I told you. Philadelphia Union, of course, swept the Chicago Fire. They're moving on to the Eastern Conference semifinal. They will be off for like 3 weeks now with the international break and the fact they're not playing a game 3. Honestly, neither. I don't use neither, except maybe looking at like the AI ideas on YouTube's Creator Studio just to laugh at them most of the time. I don't use them, but you know. Vancouver Whitecaps FC moved on with a sweep of Dallas. What else is there? LAFC moved on with a sweep. There could be 4 sweeps and 4 game 3s. There could be 3 sweeps and 5 game 3s. Who knows? Well, none of us do. With that being said, Vancouver and LAFC will play each other, though, in the Western Conference semi. We know that. But honestly, neither. First MLS meeting between Mueller and Human's son whenever they play the game. The week, is it the week before Thanksgiving? The weekend before Thanksgiving or the weekend? No, because it's the Saturday and Sunday of the Vegas Grand Prix. So it's the weekend weekend. It's the weekend before Thanksgiving, yes. And then the conference finals the week of Thanksgiving, weekend of Thanksgiving, American. And the MLS Cup finals the 6th. Then the next morning is the Formula One Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So, with that being said, Sunday of this week, I will be live for the Formula One Brazilian Grand Prix. The Vegas Grand Prix, very likely so, I will not, because, wait, shit, I may not be. I just realized I may not be live for the Brazilian Grand Prix because of this YouTube TV, ESPN bullshit. Of course. Okay, so maybe not, actually. We'll see. I'll make my decision by Sunday. Or Saturday. Or whenever I make my streams for the weekend. That's awesome, you know. And here's the worst part. Spectrum does not have Fox Soccer Plus. We could have missed this problem. At least by the time we got to the new place. We could have dealt with this problem, but no, because Spectrum doesn't have Fox Soccer Plus. They have everything but that. Hell, they add on VeeX. They add on MLB Network, NHL Network. I would get those back. I would get ESPN Unlimited. I would get VeeX and TUDNA back and ESPN. But no, you don't have Fox Soccer Plus. Everything else but that. They're still being amazing. Amazing. Everything but the one thing, if you just had that, that'd be awesome. With that being said, what's the best streaming service? I would say YouTube TV, but they've lost. I don't know. And now, even if I found, and here's the problem, now even if I found out that Spectrum has Fox Soccer Plus, I don't think we could change our minds to bring in the cable. So. Besides, I don't think we'd want to buy like 3 freaking Zumo boxes anyway, but either way. Off-topic question, Liverpool or Chelsea? I mean, I have a soft spot for Liverpool, but Chelsea. Tristan Blackman is the MLS Defender of the Year. Hagland is the Comeback Player of the Year. They won't tell the MVP till the MLS Cup. No. Nine minutes to kickoff. So really, it's just 10 o'clock. You kidding me? Yay. So really, the game's at 10 o'clock. Wow, that's awesome. Yay, 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 yay. Yay. Over there. It's the only game of the night, and they're in freaking Seattle. That's why. It's only 10 o'clock. And they chose 9:45 for a stupid college basketball game because they had to put this game on FS1. I know, Eastern time, almost 11. Game 2. I mean, Salah's had the better career than Cole Palmer, but currently Palmer's the better player. Cole Palmer's the better player right now. Mo Salah's had the better career, but right now Palmer's the better player. And I don't think that's bias. I just think that's true. Orville Redenbacher. Extra butter. Yes. Waiting for this game to get started. Here we go. How we doing, Dillon? How we doing? Because they do. I mean, it's like cereal boxes having toys in them. Back in the day, you know? I mean, they don't anymore, but it's kind of a nice throwback to the old days, in my opinion. I mean, I understand it. Starting 11, Fry, Nuhu, Yamar, Reagan, Roldan, Alex Roldan, Vargas, Christian Roldan, Jesus Ferreira. There we go. Albert Rusnak, Jordan Morris, Danny Musovsky for Seattle. They have to win to stay alive, whether that be 90 minutes or penalties. But so far, Minnesota's beaten Seattle every single time they've played this year. But I understand that. St. Clair, Markinich, Romero, Boxall, Diaz, Rosales, Pereira, Trapp, Triantis, Lud, and Longwan for Minnesota. But I understand that totally. I mean, losing your dog in a foreign country that you aren't used to being in and not being able to find them really hurts. I don't think you'd want to be in that country anymore, frankly. I'm not saying anything bad happened, but it got out. I don't really know the full story, but I know it was lost. But like a family pet you love that much, getting lost in a country that you are very not used to being in, that you feel like a fish out of water in, and you can't find them, yeah, I don't blame him for leaving. Like it feels that's got to be a high amount of trauma that you really can't get over to stay in that country, to play in that country. So I don't think it's anything for him against Mexico. It's the fact of the trauma the situation has given him. I totally understand it. I mean, I get it. How we doing, Mile High? Cool Ranch. Cool Ranch easily. I can't. I can't. So, no, I have not. I have not had a shawarma yet in my life. Would I try it? Sure. I like beef. Like, comparatively, like when it just comes to protein, I like beef more than chicken. So I would assume, I'm not saying I hate chicken, but I prefer beef. So I'm sure that I would prefer beef over chicken if I ate one. I'm sure. So I haven't had one. I'd like to try one. Can't be bad. But I'd probably prefer beef. Or if I did have my first try, it probably would be beef. So I prefer beef over chicken. So that's just in general. We have one full series and one other team advanced. We could have 4 sweeps. We could have 3 sweeps. 5-game threes or 4-game threes. The game tonight decides that. Seattle has to win to have a chance to go to a game, or we'll go to a game 3. And here we go. Seattle's got to win at home to save their season for another week, at least. "48 degrees. Palace are a good club. They sure play their part." Yep. And we're off. Here we go. We accept everybody over here. Playing forward, here we go. Hope they don't choke like the Mariners. I would talk shit, but well, one, I don't want to talk shit to the Mariners. Two, I'm destroyed. Like I'm destroyed after Game 7. So I mean, if the Jays would have won, I might have talked some shit. But I really shouldn't talk shit to the Mariners. But I mean, we choked just as much as you did 2 weeks later, but still. Playing forward. Shot over the bar. Where are we going with that? You already do, so. Do you think the Jays will ever go back? Yes, I think they're going to be back in the World Series next year. If Bo Bichette goes back to Toronto, it seems to me that Bo Bichette's going to re-sign. The Jays will pay him the money he wants. And if he tells them, hey, you better match this or I'm going, they're going to do that. Where they play him at second or short, I don't know. Santander, I think you'll have a better season. I think you'll play more like what we expected him to when we signed him. And it'll be better than Nathan Lucas, so that's good. I think Ernie Clement and Addison Barger are what they are. I don't think this was a 1 year. You don't get 30 hits in the postseason if you're a shit player. If you're just a hot player, you don't get 30 hits in the postseason. He's became a good player. Barger hitting 400 in the World Series, you don't do that if you're a hot player. So there's that. Varsho, I hope he gets better with the bat. The only guy I want gone is IKF, but I believe Bassett is going to re-sign and be at least in the bullpen. I think Scherzer's not done. I think he's going to come back to Toronto. I think Bo Bichette's going to come back. I think he's going to stay. I think Bieber might, whether he takes the option or takes a 2-year prove-it deal, he's going to stay. Savage will still be there. I'd say they should extend him. I'm sure they'll pick somebody up off the market. Santander will pretty much be like a year early free agent signing. His impact will be more this year or next year. I think the Jays will make it back. I really believe they're going to be like the 2015 Royals where they fail at the final hurdle and they're just going to be like, they'll be a very caring clubhouse to each other and a very, very high energy clubhouse, positive clubhouse. But they're going to also be like, we got some revenge to take care of. You don't want to see Vladdy when he's pissed, besides the Yankees. And he was already amazing during the postseason after the ALDS. You don't want to see Vladdy when he's angry. You don't want to see a healthy Bo playing second. Jimenez probably will do better. And I mean everybody else, not us. But I think the Jays will make it back next year. I really do. And I'll cover it just like I did this year if they do. So I think they will. I think everything's going to go their way in the offseason and they'll kick on and it'll be a 2014-15 Royals situation. So that's my thought, though. See ya. Yep. No, it was just a really... I'm okay. That's not a conspiracy theory I subscribe to because I am a hurricane expert and a severe weather expert. That was a natural hurricane. It's just the fact that in the Caribbean, the ocean heat content is so deep and it was so hot and it was so deep to the ground or the ocean floor that storm could not weaken. Because let me learn you some about hurricanes. It's not just the heat of the ocean. If it's over 80 degrees Fahrenheit, that is prime strengthening temperature. But if it's just surface level, there ain't much energy for the storm to pick up. It upwells the ocean. The deeper the heat content goes to the bottom of the ocean, the more heat that storm could pick up to strengthen and rapidly intensify. The problem with the Caribbean at the time was it was very warm, abnormally warm, 85, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, sea surface temperatures, but the heat content was very deep in the ocean. If you look at the ocean heat content now, post the hurricane, you will see upwelling, a cooler ocean because of the upwelling that storm forced. Because of the heat content in the ocean and the absence of shear and the position it was in and the favorable northerly or atmospheric conditions for strengthening, that's why it strengthens so heavily and didn't have a eye wall replacement cycle, which is normal if you have a rapidly intensifying storm. But it was the perfect storm, so to speak. That storm was in the perfect place, at the perfect time, at the perfect temperature, at the perfect atmospheric conditions to strengthen like it did all the way up to landfall. It was not man-made. I cannot subscribe to that at all. And you could say, well, what about the Jamaica government Project 2030, whatever the hell, or Vision 2030, whatever the hell they have. You can't. And that's a goal for Seattle. Goal for Seattle off the corner. Top of the box. And that's a goal. Danny Leyva pops it in off the hand and in. Or Obed Vargas. Obed Vargas, my bad. Obed Vargas, my bad. Oh, he's on the bench. Obed Vargas. My bad. Obed Vargas scores the goal. See, I was kind of used to talking about. Either way, just because there was the Vision 2030, I almost did fall. Goal for Obed Vargas at the top of the box. Wow. There we go. Eighth minute. 1-0 for Seattle. They need to build on that. What a goal off the hand, though. Don't go there. Don't go there. Maybe better. You can actually make a one-time switch to Canada because Mexico don't want him. Yeah, he didn't get 3 caps during a meaningful game. So, yeah, he could. I don't know if I want him, though, at this point. Yeah. They're conveniently buying land in Jamaica. Yes. But again, it's just ironic. You cannot. Here's the thing. What happened with Melissa is just ironic. That was like their, how do I put this? That hurricane, I guess for them, happened at a convenient time as well. You cannot control a hurricane to move that way. And you can't control the atmosphere to be perfect. Yes, it is a rarity what happened with Melissa. Hell, it's one of the first times that have ever happened. But I do not believe. From what I know about tropical science, no, that was, trust me, that was real. Yes, it was a rare phenomena, perfect storm, the way that went. But trust me, yes, Vision 2030 is a thing. Yes, they bought land, but you can't control a hurricane to do that. If they could, they'd do it a lot more than once. If they could control a hurricane to just strengthen up to landfall and be that strong, they'd do it more than just then. And they would have done it 10 years ago. They would have done it 15 years ago. If they had the tech, they would have done it years ago. Why just now? Like, I'm sure there's other places they want to dismantle with a 185 mile per hour wind hurricane. I mean, did you see what happened to the lower 9th Ward in 2005 with Katrina? Did you see what happened there? If they wanted to do worse, they could have done what they did what you think they did to Jamaica. My point being is, no. From what I know about hurricanes and tropical weather, it's ironic that bad of a storm happened when it did. But it was a real storm. I had my damn eye on it the whole time. There's a lot of things, conspiracy-wise, that I believe. It's hard to control the weather. Very. I can't sit here and listen to that because I know severe weather. I know hurricanes. I can't sit here and listen to that. I can't. But that's one I can't stand for. Mora. Gilberto Mora. Gilberto Mora. Duh. Because, I mean, there's no CPL players playing in the freaking Canadian team. The MLS players, I mean, maybe Diego Luna. Maybe. No disrespect to the Central American or Caribbean leagues, but no. Gilberto Mora. Possibly, but it ain't going to make a hurricane get up to 185 miles per hour and 890 millibar pressure if it's not in the right place at the right place at the right time. It only could do so. If it is real, it only could do so much. You ain't going to make a hurricane that big, that strong, that way. No. At least not on its own, if it is real. But shot by Fry, saved by Fry. It's my opinion, though. I hear Chelsea's interested in Boca Juniors prospect Milton Delgado. Hey, he's going to go to Strasbourg and help. Whenever they get him, he's going to Strasbourg then, I guess. Hey, if it comes out, hey, son, if it comes out that Hurricane Melissa was freaking artificial and man-made, and that's why it's strengthened so strongly, I'll tell you were right. But from what I know and what I've seen, tracking so many hurricanes in my life and watching rapid intensifications and watching what happens, that was a real hurricane. That was natural. Rare, but natural. But either way. But again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'll tell you, and I'll say, if you were right, I'll tell you were right. And I was wrong. But you don't know what I know. Like, yeah, you might be more conspiracy theorist based and you might know conspiracy theories, but you don't know what I know about weather. You don't know what I know about hurricanes. You don't know what I know about severe weather. So don't play that with me. But I'm just saying. Either way. But let's leave that at that. But if you were right, if you were right that Hurricane Melissa was manufactured by cloud seeding and things we don't know about and it comes out, I'll tell you were right. And you know what? I was wrong. If it comes out, I will tell you that I was wrong. And I was surprised, or I was shocked that to be wrong, but I was wrong. If I'm wrong, I will tell you that. But again, either way. 16 minutes in, 1-0 for Seattle. That's nice. That's nice. I say Seattle. They're going to take it to a game 3. And the Leafs won 4-3. Yes, they did. 2 minutes left in the Monday Night Football game. Arizona beating Dallas. By the way, if you don't have YouTube TV, or if you have YouTube TV, there's your score update. Playing forward, I think Seattle's been the slightly better team. They knew they have to win, though. See, that's what you should do. Hey, Hey, Austin, that's what you should do when your back's against the wall. At your own house, by the way. Fight! I know Seattle's won MLS Cups before and Leagues Cups before, but there's something called a fight. "17 minutes in. Martha Stewart collab at Crumble." Is that a Martha Stewart collab? Cheesecake brownie, CC cookie thins, cheesecake cookie thins, I guess. Chocolate tart, coconut cake, lemon pie, and pumpkin sheet cake. I mean, lemon pie don't sound so bad. Cheesecake sounds good. Brownie sounds good. If it is cheesecake cookie thins, that sounds pretty good. Chocolate tart. I'm not really a fan of coconut cake. My mom is, but I'm not. Pumpkin. I'm not really a pumpkin spice guy. "18 minutes in. Playing forward. Header. Rangers or Celtic? Hell no. Celtic. Hell no. I hate parties. I'd rather be in my house. I'd rather be in my house chilling. The Cardinals beat the Cowboys. Okay, there you go. I just want to chill at my house and watch football and live under my football painted rock and cook and maybe and listen to music and all that. I just want to be around the people I love. Maybe go out on the city sometimes, but I just want to be around the people I love. Traveling too, yeah. I'm good with traveling, but would I rather either way? You know what I mean? I just want to be around the people I love. Whether that be in my house or on the city or traveling. Partying though, that ain't for me. Clubbing, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. Clubbing, that ain't for me. Party, that ain't for me. Traveling, I could do. Playing forward, I could do that. I could go out in the city or travel, but header, goal! Seattle gets a second. Jesus Pineda with a header. So, do with that what you will. "21st minute. 2-0. 2-0. Or was it? I think it was Ferreira with a header. Hold on. Or did Morris tap it in? Hold on. I saw the header, but was there a tap in? Ball crossed in. Oh, it was a Morris tap in off of Ferreira's header. Okay. It is Jordan Morris. Okay. 20, we'll see if it's 21, 22 minutes. (21) 2-0, 2-0. But again, if I could just spend time with the people I love, whether it's in my house, chilling at my house, or whenever it's a farm one day, that traveling, maybe going out on the city, good. It's good for me. That's good for me. Clubbing ain't for me. Partying ain't for me. Clubbing ain't for me. It ain't. It ain't. (23 minutes in, 2-0. (23 minutes. Playing forward, cleared away. And that's a foul, free kick, no advantage played. Here comes Minnesota. That'll be cleared. Pick back up. Ball crossed out, corner. Yeah, Minnesota's the way better team tonight. Or Seattle's the way better team tonight. My bad. Let's mark out this final game of week 9. Dallas lost. I was wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 14. 9-5 this week. All right. And player down hurt, 25th minute. Whoa. All right. Honestly, yeah. '21 will always be the better meme. I agree. Minnesota sleepwalking. I agree with that. 26th minute. But they know they got a game 3 at the very least, and it'll be at their house. So worst case scenario, it could be worse. 1-0 or 2-0. Seattle looked to be pushing this to a game 3, which I'm not surprised at all, really. I'm not surprised at all, really. Ha ha ha! Yeah, the Leafs won 4-3 with 4 straight goals against the Pittsburgh Penguins, so that's a dub. That's out for no. That'll get back to Minnesota. Playing forward. Nothing, because I'm not. I want nothing to do with them or him, and also I'm not famous enough to have. So luckily for me, I'm not famous enough to have, and also I want nothing to do. So nothing. I have not sold my soul. I will never sell my soul. To be absolutely clear. Jets got him 5-2 the other night. Well, at least leaves one. I will never sell my soul. I have not sold my soul. Nobody will have my soul but me and the Lord. '28th minute. Lord. 28th minute. Player down, hurt. Corner for Minnesota. That wasn't a shot, by the way. Well, I mean, as long, understandable. Oh, Lord. That's not at you. But, hey, when he goes to the Habs, I guess he won't be furious anymore. I have no idea. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. This is awesome. MLB.com's Mark Feinsand believes the LA Dodgers will compete with the Yankees to sign 25-year-old Japanese superstar Munetaka Murakami in the offseason. In 8 seasons NPB, he's played 1,003 games and hit 265 home runs. I don't know who I'd rather have him. Who cares? We'd still beat the Yankees. Even with him, we'd still beat the Yankees. They still don't know their fundamentals. Boone is still their manager. I don't care who the hell they sign. We're still going to beat them. Have you not noticed that's a Tom Brady picture up there? I mean, come on. Like, that's the most obvious. Either way. Always been a Patriots fan. Bandwagon the Steelers over the past couple of years because I have to. Happily, though. Yay. You know what? No, I want the Yankees to get Murakami because the Jays aren't. We have, well, Ernie Clement's going to play third base or Barger. Santander, Clement. Yeah, we have no room for Murakami. We have Springer as a DH. Or get him, play him where you can. Or, well, shit. No, we still have Santander. Oh no. Yankees. No, yeah, I'd rather Yankees because we're still going to beat them. The Dodgers get Murakami. Holy shit. They actually have a good third baseman. Max Muncy is not a good third baseman. Did you not see like the 5 errors he made during the World Series? Murakami's actually an upgrade. I hope he goes to the Yankees. We'll still beat them. We'll still beat them. They'll have their problems anyway. Playing forward. No. Well, I was watching the game live, but I wasn't streaming it because I didn't have a channel at the time. Should I have? Yes. Did I? No. Either way. Same with the Rams. Well, no, I reviewed the Rams game. I just wasn't live for it. I did have a channel, but I still wasn't live for it. Either way. What was I going to say? Well, yeah, we know that, but as long as I don't see a Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitching against Canada, I'll be fine. You know, that I'm good. I don't need the PTSD. Like even if Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitches against Italy or something, there's no PTSD there. But if he pitches against Canada, oh no. Knockout game against Canada, Yoshinobu Yamamoto versus some random Canadian pitcher. Oh wow. The dude could probably throw a freaking no-hitter in 85 pitches. The only good news is there's a freaking pitch count during the World Baseball Classic. 85 during the knockouts, I think, yeah? And then the finals a little bit more. He'd still probably pitch a complete game in 85 pitches against Canada. Probably. Probably. Well, that's cool. Oh, it's the Champions League. Yeah. Trent's going to get booed. Jabi, I'm not sure. He'll get a better reception. Jabi will. Trent's going to get booed. Even though he did pay his respects to Jolta, and he should, and I'm glad to see that he did, he's still getting booed. He's still going to get booed. I think he wanted to pay his respects, but I think he had a PR eye to it, like, hey, maybe I should do this. You know, either way. Nice. Bayern will beat PSG. I would say so. PSG has not been scary since Chelsea owned them. So do that what you will. 2-0 for Seattle, 35 minutes. Oh, they say Murakami's defense sucks. Oh, well, you know. Still probably better than Max Muncy's. Yes. Yes, they did. Especially after, I think they sold him before, if I'm correct. They sold him before Jolta died. But, yeah, no, they made a mistake. Because Lucho was a good player. Lucho's a good player. Like, he wasn't the problem. I mean, it looks bad because Jolta's gone. He's passed away. The new signings have not bedded in well. Salah's getting old. Nunez is Nunez, and it looks just bad right now completely. I think they made a mistake, but it looks worse because it just looks bad right now in general for Liverpool. No, they do not. I mean, the ball's round, but no. 37th minute, but no. I mean, yeah, the ball's round. That's their only chance. Playing forward. Player down hurt. Player down hurt for Minnesota, 37 minutes. 2-0, 2-0. Seattle's been very dominant, but Minnesota is not really punching back. Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just like everything that has been able to go wrong for Liverpool has gone wrong. Isak is not Isak. Wait, did Darwin leave? Oh, wait, did he go to... Oh, no, he went to Al Hilal. My bad. My bad, he went to Al Hilal. My bad. Yeah, Isak and... Yeah, okay, yeah. But Isak is not... No, he's not shown up. I was like, wait, no. Yeah, he went to Al Hilal. Triple-double for Jokic. Yeah, probably, I bet. Who am I kidding? Probably. Steps up. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did get rid of him, too. Uh, .39th minute. Playing forward. Seattle looking for a third, blocked away. Minnesota's defense has gotten a little bit better here, but 1-0, 2-0. '40th minute. Best of three is growing on me. I agree. I mean, I've always liked the best of three, but the more three-game series is, the better. And if you've noticed, every season, MLS-wise, there's been more game threes of the 3 years. Well, it looks like we're going to have a fifth game three, which is the most we've ever had. We had 3 in the first year, 4 last year, and looks to be 5 unless Minnesota makes a big comeback. Shot, goal! No, they won't. 3-0. 3-0. Denny Musovski puts away the ball, just lobbed to him. He puts it away. 3-0, 3-0. St. Clair was awful on that goal. Yes, he was. He was. He's looking like Canada's St. Clair here. 3-0. Are you watching? Are you watching? Are you watching Jesse Marsh? Are you watching? Boom. Nice. Play by Musovski. Are you watching? Denny Musovski. He was onside. Canada's number 1, by the way. I don't want him to be the number 1. If you just realized, I don't want him to be the number 1. I think Jesse Marsh has a freaking, I don't know, 41st minute, 3-0. I love seeing him do that. I love seeing Dane St. Clair do that. That may mean Crepeau or Panamis becomes the number 1. If you want somebody different, at least give Panamis a chance, eh? I mean, Panamis was the guy who already beat out Crepeau at Portland. Well, I don't want either of them on the team, but St. Clair seems at least a little bit more useful at this point. Not much, but useful enough that I'd rather see him play. But I don't want either of them on the club, or the team, I should say. 42 minutes. $42 minutes. 3-0, 3-0. $43rd minute. If we can't keep Sean, yeah, I'm good with that. I did not see that, Henry. I did not see that. 43rd minute. Oh. 44th minute. Yes, I agree. I agree. And there were Dodgers fans who were pissed, like, how do we not deserve it if we won? I'm like, dude, y'all got lucky. Y'all kept fighting. Y'all earned it. There's a point I was trying to make there, and that's the same thing Caleb Joseph said. Bit meaner. Y'all earned it. Y'all did not deserve it. The Jays were the better team, but the Jays thought they had it. The Jays thought what they had was enough. And they couldn't. And they had chances to manufacture more runs, and they couldn't do it either because their shitty hitters don't know how to put a ball in the air. Isaiah Connor-Falefa is an idiot who doesn't know how to get a secondary lead, or other things. Or amazing catch by Andy Pajes on Clement's fly ball that still would have brought somebody. I think that would have gave us another run, and we would have won. But either way, the Jays, in the end, there were moments where the Dodgers' experience shone through. When they won games, it was based on their experience. The Jays played with their hearts, 8 minutes of stoppage time. The Dodgers played with their minds and their experience. The Jays played with their hearts. And I think that was part of the problem. Like keeping in Trey Savage for the second inning that he pitched. And he gave up the home run to Muncy. I think Schneider was managing with his heart. Like, hey, if we're going to beat Hollywood, we got to have a Hollywood story. Savage did not have it in that first inning, but he got out of it with a double play. They should have brought in Dominguez to face the three hitters of that inning. And then if the home run happens, the home run happens. But if it doesn't, we're up 2. Even if Rojas hits his homer, that's 3-1. And Minnesota gets one back. A good run from Triantis. Makes it 3-1. He shoots it home. Nectarios Triantis scores to make it 3-1, 3-1. Gets through Lud, plays it to Triantis. He takes the ball from him, basically right off them. And he takes the shot, puts it past Fry. It's 3-1, 3-1. 45 plus 5, 45 plus 1. 46 minute. Seattle might need another goal. They get one back there, but either way. 6 goals first half. About time. IKF had 2 games of bad base running that cost the Jays the series. The series came down to experience, and that's the Dodgers' signature. Exactly. Seems like everyone agrees it was the carrying mistakes that cost the Jays. Yep. All the mistakes in game 3, all the mistakes in game 6, all the mistakes in game 7. Frankly, even game 6, even though that was a Yamamoto game, the Jays could have easily won that game late. And I think they did a better job against Yamamoto in game 6. Game 2 is the only game where the Dodgers truly dominated the Jays. And really, that was just Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Really. If we're being really real about that. Game 3, yeah, Ohtani had an amazing performance, but the Jays lost that game. They easily could have scored one more run in the 9 innings and not went to 18 innings. Jays made so many mistakes in game 3. We could have won the series 4-1, and honestly, we should have. Game 6, wall ball. Still could have won it, though. But wall ball. Lodge ball, right? But other than that, there were still some mistakes. We could have scored more off Yamamoto, if I recall correctly, but we did not. And then game 7, we score one more run and don't make the mistakes we make. I mean, really, 3 of the 4 losses were mistake-filled by the Jays. There's only really one of them where the Dodgers truly beat us. That was game 2. So. Apparently, IKF didn't have a leadoff third, so he technically prevented himself from using his slide effectively. Well, if he had a lead, does he slide? Either you don't slide without the lead, run through the bag, or have the lead and slide, or just have the lead, run through the bag. If he had one of the two, if he ran through the bag or had the lead, he would have scored the winning run. If he had both, if he had the lead and slid, he would have scored. Before the throw was even in, let alone when Will Smith kicked his foot up. So, either way. And there's a second goal. 2 goals for Minnesota in stoppage time. Robin Lod. Oh, my God. Yeah, no, that's my reaction, too. Whatever Seattle fan. Oh, my God. Robin Lod scores. Ball stolen. Triantis picks it up, pulls it to Pereira. Bongi Longwan plays it to Lod. Lod takes the shot. Just past Fry. And we have a new game damn near. $50, 45 plus 5. 45 plus 5. Well worked team goal, 3-2. Today's at all Seattle. Whoever. Does this man know the bookies or something? Holy shit. Here comes Minnesota. Bongi Longwan. Bongi Longwan plays to top the box. Minnesota's on fire right now. Past the post. Oh my God. Seattle are collapsing. There's still a whole nother half, but oh my God, they are collapsing. Seattle are collapsing. $53 minutes is where this half ends, and oh my God. Well, Minnesota's fighting. If they get a win tonight, they sweep the Sounders, whether it's on penalties or throughout 90. More like the Loons. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Honestly, really boring first half, even though Seattle was dominating. But then Minnesota says, you know what? Let's make this hard on ourselves. Not exactly the way I'd say you should do it, but okay. Playing forward. You know what? I hope Seattle does. '53rd minute, we're going to halftime. 3-2, 3-2. Miro tiempo. Holy Lord. What a crazy ending to that half. Seattle, the better team for most of it, but they switched off right there. 5-goal first half. Somebody whoever took the over just made a lot of money already. Cash out. Whoever took the over just made a lot of money already. Or if not, they're already only a goal away from it. Dear God. Oh my. 3-2. 3-2. Well, with that being said, we'll take a short break at halftime of the stats, get this one going. 3-2 Seattle. Seattle had a 3-0 lead, and then they switched off during stoppage time and gave up 2 goals. 45 minutes to go. Seattle's still in position to take it to a game 3. But, Minnesota has the momentum. 2 goals at the half against. It's going to be crazy. With that being said, sit tight, be back. Stats and half, we'll get there. Sit tight, be back. 3-2, 3-2. We're back for the stats of the half. Back at the stats of the half, I would tell you use foxsports.com with a VPN and incognito window to watch it for free for an hour, but it's not an hour free preview anymore. It's only 5 minutes. So with that being said, stats of the half, 58% possession, 42% possession, 8 shots to 4, 4 shots on goal to 3, 2 big chances to 1, 0 big chances missed to 0, 199 accurate passes at 82% to 136, 78%, 6 fouls to 2, 2 corners to 1, that's expected goals, 8 shots to 4, 4 shots on goal to 3. We have 242 pass to 182, not 82% pass actually to 75, 10 throws to 15. We have 1 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 8 tackles to 4, 4 interceptions to 6, 23 clearances to 18, 1 yellow, 1, 0 reds to 0, 3 to 2 at the half, 3-0. Seattle's been the better team for the first. For the first half, I think Seattle was the better team for most of it. But the last 5-10 minutes, or I'd say during stoppage time, they definitely fell apart. And easily could have been more than but for me, I think Seattle's been better for most of the game except the last 10 minutes, really. And that's really what's changed this game. Minnesota woke up, scored 2 goals, and one away from tying the game for Minnesota to take the lead. "41 runners left on base, the 4 Jays losses." Yep. Sounds exactly about right. Oh. "45 more minutes. We'll review the game once it's over. And then the next stream in this room is the final one. 1 review, 2 reviews left, but you know what I mean. We will. So. "45 more minutes to go." Wednesday, of course, we have a Caribbean Cup game at 5. We have an off day tomorrow. Of course, I'll make the 2 streams for Wednesday and Thursday. And we have the Caribbean Cup game, Mount Pleasant versus Defense Force, on Wednesday, 5 o'clock. That'll be the last one. Last stream in this room. in review. YouTube, Rumble. YouTube and Rumble. The reviews go on YouTube and Rumble because you can't post regular videos to Twitch, but you know, at least not anymore. Wasn't there a time you could, but either way. Rumble's normally really just the backup if anything went to shit with YouTube. Knock on wood, it doesn't, but you know. Who knows? Either way. Oh, this must be a instead of a toy truck, it's a race car for this Christmas. Well, you can't make it a Formula One car? Broncos play Thursday. Cool. Good for y'all. Hopefully y'all win. Second half, here we go. Cosarienzi's on for Seattle for the second half. Of course, I'm still. Duggan's on for Minnesota. I mean, I'm still pissed off about the Jays game, but I mean, I was just getting nostalgic a little bit. Like, just realizing I only have a stream and a half left in this room and 2 reviews left. It's just bittersweet, man. 6 and 3-4 seasons in this room. Well, of course, more than that with like the years I've lived in it, but you know, just content-wise, it's just bittersweet, you know. I mean, it's not sad, and Minnesota goes forward instantly, trying to make Minnesota screw or Seattle screw up. But I mean, I'm good per se. It's just everything, really. I mean. Playing forward, shot, that'll be saved by Fry. Minnesota do that to pin their opponent up the field. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Didn't like PSG do it. Don't like PSG do that, or at least when they were at their peak, did it. Just like send it up there and make a mistake off the throw in or something. Genius. I love it. I love it, though, especially when you have momentum. You might as well. When you have momentum, you might as well. Playing forward. Three, two. 3-2. Playing forward. Seattle trying to get the ball back. Playing forward. Seattle gets the ball back. They do lead the game, and they still, if this result holds, they will get to a game 3. Minnesota has the momentum, though, and let's see if they capitalize. A tie sends it to penalties. An outright win. Minnesota outright win would knock out Seattle. Of course, game 1 went to penalties, but not like this. Playing forward. Seattle pressing forward. Back to Ferreira. Ferreira, shot save by Dane St. Clair. NFL trade deadlines tomorrow. Damn. Really? Wild. Didn't even think. Well, it snuck up there, I can tell you that much. Playing forward, Seattle. '50th minute. '50th minute, playing forward. Good clearance. Tough year to be a Cowboys fan. I mean, if they didn't trade Micah Parsons, they might actually be better. I think their offense is actually solid. It's the defense that's a problem, and they traded their best defensive player. '51st minute. Oh. 51st minute. '51st minute. Playing forward. Morris. Seattle's trying to take as much time as they can. Minnesota's trying to throw some punches. That's pretty much where we are now. It honestly is crazy, this game. This was honestly crazy. But with that being said, getting closer and closer to finals. Playing forward. What's your next stream after this? Wednesday, 5 p.m. Central, Mount Pleasant versus Defense Force. If they play that game on Wednesday, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll make the streams for Wednesday and Thursday tomorrow. I'll keep an eye on it. But it was the side of Jamaica that wasn't affected as bad from Melissa, so being Kingston. So where the game will be played. So it's possible it still gets played, the second leg. And it looks like as of now it will be. As of now it will be. Yep. CONCACAF is still saying it's going to be Wednesday. The weather doesn't help. Rory's from... I'm not the one from... Huh? Rory's the one from Oregon who just moved to Texas. How in the hell? Unless I'm getting confused. Oh. Dolphins, yes. Cleveland, yes. Bengals, no. The Bengals are unlucky, but I wouldn't say they're a laughing stock. But no, it looks to me CONCACAF plans on playing both games in the middle of the week for the Caribbean games. So, looks like they're planning on still having it Wednesday. So as far as I know, but I'll keep an eye on it. Okay, good. I didn't read the comments. I just read the. I was like, what? Then I read. I'm like, oh, he's talking to him. Okay. Texas, I mean. From what I've heard from him, Texas sounds pretty nice. 54th minute. So, playing forward. Me, I'm just moving 5 minutes down the road. That's all I'm doing. All we're doing is moving 5 minutes down the road. There's nothing too special with that. So it's a nice townhouse, but you know, it's just 5 minutes down the road. It ain't far. That's why I'm not worried about missing my stream on Thursday. It's like, yeah, it's the last stream in this room on Wednesday, but we'll see what happens where I have to record the next stream, which room. But you may not see the new studio on Thursday. I think you will, but we'll see how that plays. But either way. But yeah. But it's just because it's 5 minutes down the road. We're going to get the movers to move the big stuff on Thursday day, and we should be in there by Thursday. Well, of course, we'll be in there, but you know what? Yeah. I'll be streaming in there by Thursday evening, so whether it be a couple of times in my new room before I go down to the new studio when that's ready, or if it's just the new studio. Either way, I hope. Well, we'll see. Either way. That's enough about that. 56 minute. Do. Still 3-2, 3-2. I actually have to review this game, so that's the bad part. It's a very entertaining, at least the first half was. Horrible just falling asleep moment for Minnesota, for Seattle against Minnesota. '58th minute. Playing forward Seattle, that's a free kick the other way. '58th minute. I mean, at least NHL and NBA time. Well, it's already been NFL time, but I don't know, man. Feels baseball season being over just feels bad, just feels bad. Rory? Three to 2, 3-2. Esta noche, Seattle líder de partido. Headed away. Oh no. Oh no. Stolen by Seattle. Seattle's going to make a big mistake at some point. Playing forward. Here comes Seattle down the way. That should be a free kick. No, it is not. No, it is not. Huh. 60th minute. Okay. That was a choice. Cleared away. Blocked away. Out for a throw in for Minnesota. There will be a VAR check. It seems to me there will be a VAR check. Musovsky, I think that's a foul. Good, Rory. Falta de la Minnesota. Posible de la VAR. Para mí es la falta. Es la falta. Para mí. They are checking it on VAR. Para mí es la falta y tiro libre de la Seattle Sounders. Saludos desde México. Saludos, amigo. No. No falta. No. No foul. Bad call. Header on, saved. $62 minutes. 3-2 esta noche. Segundo tiempo. Miro, segundo tiempo. Reagan, good game. I'd say it was good. That's surprising. Again, I can't control the ads. YouTube controls them. So, and your internet controls the ads. Playing forward, 63rd minute. Again, I can't control the ads. Playing forward. Playing forward, Ferreira, Morris. Ferreira. $64th minute. $65th minute. Playing forward, 65 minutes of Mosovsky coming off for Rothrock. Paul Rothrock coming on for Minnesota or Seattle. Mosovsky for Rothrock. Mosovsky scored a goal there. Third goal. And they thought that would be enough. Turns out, no. That is crazy. Wow. $66th minute. Header. Playing forward. Three goals, and then for Seattle, and then two unanswered by Minnesota, and nothing since, which is crazy, really. Lamau. '68th minute. Anything is possible. '68th minute. Three, 2, 3-0. Minnesota haven't really got a good chance since '69th minute. Who should win Cena's tournament? I have zero idea. They already had a Sami Zayn Cena match, so that won't happen. I say Edge won't be in it, even though he said people who don't work here, he meant TNA and all that. I don't really want it to be Gunther. Gunther doesn't need to beat Cena or face him. I say Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, or Obafemi. Trick, Joe, or Obafemi, in my opinion. Or Braun Breaker, I guess. Dom, he's already going. I think he's facing Dom in Survivor Series for the IC title. I think. So. Then he dumps the IC title to whoever wins the tournament. So I guess Obafemi or Joe Hendry, or I want it to be Joe Hendry. It's probably going to be like Gunther or Obafemi, which I'd be more preferring Obafemi. Or Trick Williams would be nice, but either way. So the guy who goes and beats him wins the IC title on the main roster. I think Joe could do it, in my opinion. Either way. Playing forward. Or Matt Cardona. That'd be nice. 4 p.m. Eastern in Minnesota, Game 3 on Saturday. Wait, what? 3 p.m. Game 3 on Saturday? Holy Lord. 71st minute. But Dom and Ray had a segment on Raw tonight. Oh, damn, you're right. That might be shit. Take what back? Take what back? 71st minute. Which one? Oh, that would be hilarious if he did that, yeah. Well, no, he ain't. But what if he did, though? I've always been a Zack Ryder fan. Come on now. I've always been a Zack Ryder fan, so 72 minutes. Ball crossed in. Header. Saved. Free kick for Seattle. But point is, I prefer John Cena to face somebody that I'd like to see him face for his final match. Not Gunther or, I mean, I'm okay with Obafemi, but dude, Joe Hendry, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Matt Cardona. He's already faced AJ, so that won't happen. CM Punk. Could be Dom, and Cena wins the IC title on his final match. If they're going to make Dom face Ray at Survivor Series. '74th minute. Well, he needs to win it, though. He either wins it at Survivor Series and drops it on Saturday night's main event, or on one of the Raws before, or one of the two Raws he's on before Survivor Series. Either or. And then drop it on Saturday night's main event. But if they're going to go to the last day, people say Ray will put his career on the line to finally win the Triple I title, a title he never won. But Dom wins, then Dom wins tournament and says he's going to retire Cena as well. Yeah, what happens when John? Oh, no. Either way, 75th minute. Last match is December 13. I know. And I think I'll be able to watch that match. Because I don't think there's anything that evening. One. Second of all, it's on Peacock. So I'll be able to watch it. And I will cry while watching it. And I would hope there's one last. I disagree, but, Dom is Dom, one. Second of all, Cena needs to win the IC title. No. '77th minute. 77th minute. Playing forward. Seattle. Well, I mean, Elias has showed up on NXT. Two substitutions. Gressel. No, three. Gressel, Harvey for Minnesota. Minnesota making 3 subs. Trying to add some energy to their attack. Trying to get this to penalties at the very least. Well, what if they did? Holy Lord, I just realized what if they did. Dotson coming on as well. What if they did score 2 goals over the next 12 minutes plus stoppage time to beat Seattle and sweep them? Remember that time where Minnesota had the lead the Western Conference Final in 2020 and then blew it and then lost in regular time? Remember that? Remember that? It was 3-2 Seattle at the end of the game, and then Seattle. Remember when that happened? Yeah, no, Minnesota still has some revenge. It was at Lumen Field as well. Well, yeah, there might be some revenge here that we didn't think about. Playing forward, Rothrock. 11 minutes to go. Cena beats Dom at Raw, Boston, or Madison Square Garden. Dom wins tournament, gets his rematch at Saturday night's main event. Okay, I could live with that. I could live with that. But in the end, Dom does everything he can to retain the AAA championship against Ray because he had lost the IC title. Then faces Cena, wins the tournament, faces Cena because the rematch clause is not a thing anymore. Or is that still a thing or not? I forgot. Is that still a thing that the rematch clause isn't automatic anymore? Is that still a thing? Either way, I knew it was for a while ago recently, but either way, wins the tournament, gets his rematch, wins the title back, and retires Cena. So Cena gets the title. Dom gets to beat Ray in San Diego, keeping his championship, wins his other championship back. Then Randy comes after him. Okay, I could live with it. That's better. That's better. So it's still been taken away. Okay. 81st minute. I knew they did take it away. I didn't know if they brought it back. Like, wasn't that like 2019 or 2020 where they got rid of the rematch clause? Maybe it's just because Roman had the title for so long, you know? Oh, yeah, it did take Cody like 3 months to get his rematch with John, though. Header. You do realize Sheamus is in the tournament? Probably will be, I should say. I don't know. Like, it ain't going to be Edge, so I'm okay with it. But being a first time ever. But Dom, like, the thing about it for me with Dom is he's bigger than the IC title. Like, at this point, like, he has both the AAA championship and the IC title. That just says he's bigger than the IC title in my book because I have a lot of respect for the AAA Mega Championship, Mega Campion. It's a true world title. And that means to me, if he's a world champion in one brand that they own but has had a storied history, that means to me you should not be the IC champion. Like, especially at the same time. Because how are you the Intercontinental Champion in one company, but the World Champion in another? I know they're both owned by TKO now, but my point stands. I'd rather Dom be the TNA World Heavyweight Champion with the AAA Championship than be the IC Champion. Not that the TNA World title means anything, but, you know. So, frankly, I want John to win the IC title, maybe during one of the Raws, maybe in Boston. Boston's a good one because that's his hometown. In Boston, win one more title in Boston, hold it through Saturday night's main event, drop it to the guy who wins the tournament. And then let Dom still beat Ray at Survivor Series for the AAA Championship. Simple. So you still get the Dom match. You still get Cena the IC title. He holds it for a month, give or take. And Dom still has his match with Ray. And you have your new match. You have Obafemi winning the IC title in his first match on the main roster. Or Joe Hendry doing that, which I want it to be Joe Hendry. If it's somebody new, I want Joe Hendry. It should be Joe Hendry. Should he even spend time at NXT? He's already done that because of the... And I know WWE going to sign him. When his contract with TNA is over, which is what, the end of the year? He's going to sign with WWE. So what's the worst giving him the freaking... You're working with him anyway. What's the worst thing of him having the IC title for like 2 months on TNA TV and then making his debut at like WWE debut at the Rumble fully and not going through NXT because he's already been on there? I mean... Yeah. Can't hurt. Can it? So, yeah, no. Cena should beat Dom on the Raw in Boston. He should have an open challenge on the Raw at Madison Square Garden. Depends what he does during Survivor Series, but he should defend it twice. So maybe another open challenge on Survivor Series. And then Joe Hendry on Saturday night's main event. 85th minute. But John Cena holds the IC title for a month, and he gets the Grand Slam that he deserves. But again, I don't think somebody who holds a world title of a certain promotion should be holding the IC title on another. You know what I'm saying? Seattle 4, ball crossed in, Rock, top of the box, shot, goal, deflected in, Danny Leyva. Well, he scored this time. Oh, no, it was Obed Vargas. What? I thought it was Danny Leyva. Game 3 for the Sounders. It is Obed Vargas again. Obed Vargas for the second time. I thought it was, could have sworn, maybe Leyva took the shot, then it deflected off Vargas. Obed Vargas again. 85th minute. 4-2. 4-2. Nuhu plays it forward to Danny Leyva. Danny Leyva plays it forward to Paul Rothrock. Leyva drops down. No, it was Obed Vargas. I think he was screened by, yeah, at least on that angle. Yep, it was Obed Vargas. Okay. I mean, Leyva had a part to play, but it was Obed Vargas who scored the goal. 4-2, 4-2. Well, that could work too. Game 3. 86th minute. Oh, St. Clair just missed it. I need to see St. Clair keep doing stuff like that because we need Jesse Marsh to realize he's shit. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. 87th minute. 88th minute. 4-2, 4-2. We'll review the match when it's over. Playing forward, ball crossed in, saved. Connor McDavid is the fourth fastest player to 1,100 career points in the NHL. I've always been a Patriots fan. What does the Tom Brady picture say to you? Jey Uso's not going to face Cena, right? Right? Oh, no. Don't you even dare tell me that might happen. Don't even think about it. Jey Uso against John Cena. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Dear God. Jey Uso is just ass, man. Like, he does not. Osaze de Rosario coming on for Rusnak. 89th minute. Well, I mean, I was born after Brady got drafted. Well, no, I was born before Brady got drafted, but the first season that was played, well, Bledsoe was still the starter, and Brady made his debut. But my whole life, save for 1 year, Brady was the starter until 2019. Now, did I give a shit about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for Brady? No. No, I did not. But how is it possible for me? I have a damn Drew Bledsoe jersey. Okay? I respect my roots. I wish I had a Doug Flutie jersey. I respect my roots. Okay? But it isn't really possible for me to be a Pats fan before Brady, because by the time I recognized, I mean, yeah, he's the reason I'm a Patriots fan. I mean, would I have been a Patriots fan if he wasn't playing for them? No. I don't know who I would have rooted for. Probably no one my dad did also. My dad also did grow up a Steelers fan. He became a Patriots fan because of me. Now, at this point, I don't know who the hell he roots for. I say he roots for both. I don't know. Either way, if Brady didn't exist, would I probably be a Steelers fan no matter anyway? And a Saints fan? Yeah. But since Brady exists, but it's not like I'm 30 where I was like, I didn't give a shit about the league and then Brady came in. No, I'm 25. All I know when it comes to Patriots football is Tom Brady until, of course, now. If I wasn't a Patriots, if I totally stopped being a Patriots fan because of reasons, 6 minutes, 5 more minutes left in this game, then you could have a problem with it. But, you know, I root for both. Of course, I still have a soft spot for the Saints, and I still have a soft spot for the Bucks. I'm a big fan of Baker Mayfield. I have a soft spot for the Lions because Dan Campbell's a badass. I root for the Steelers because I have a beautiful reason to. Also, again, it helps my dad root for him when he was younger, when he was a kid. But that, do I really? I mean, I mean, when they had 2 Super Bowls, when in the 2000s, I rooted for him there. Whenever they made the Super Bowl, so I mean, yeah, I guess that matters, but that's not really the big part of it. But either way, way I see it now, I mean, if the Patriots and the Steelers played the wild card round, I'll root for the Steelers because they deserve to win a playoff game, especially with Rodgers. If the Patriots play the Steelers later on in the playoffs, I think I might lean more towards the Patriots, but I win either way. And whoever goes to the Super Bowl, I'm going to root for. If the Patriots go to the Super Bowl, I'm rooting for the Patriots. I would just hope a certain somebody roots for the Patriots in the Super Bowl as well if the Steelers lose to them in the AFC title game. Just like I know I would root for the Steelers if they beat the Patriots in the AFC title game. Or somewhere in the playoffs it wasn't the wild card. So, hope preferably the AFC title game. But, you know, I'll talk about that. I'm sure there'll be a conversation about that closer to when it happens. But either way, yes, I think they do. I think they do. 7 seed, but I think they do. I don't think the Bengals are making the playoffs. I'm iffy on the Ravens at this point. The Chiefs, I really still believe the Chargers and the Broncos are going to be the top 2 teams in the AFC West. I really still believe that right now. Colts probably are going to win the South unless they totally collapse, then the Jags will. Whoever doesn't still might make the playoffs. I still think the Steelers are winning the North. I don't think the Browns will. The Bengals are not. The Ravens might make a run, but the Steelers, man, losing those games earlier really hurt. But I don't know. Steelers, Chargers is going to be some. But either way, the Patriots, I think the Patriots will make the playoffs, whether they win the East or not. I think the Bills are going to make the playoffs. I think the Broncos could be the 7th seed again. Yeah, I think they will be, in my opinion. I think they will be. NFC North is crazy, but I think the Lions and Vikings. Lions, I think, will still end up winning the North. I have a whole belief in that. The Packers aren't good enough. They are not what people said they were going to be. The Bears, they have a good team. Wild card chance at best. Vikings, wild card. I think the Lions will still win the division. That may be a little bit biased, though. Detroit will find a way. No. I'm not putting. St. Louis 2023. Still kind of biased, but either way. 1 minute to go. Playing forward. I just hope the Chiefs aren't the 5th seed. Because, I mean, the way it looks now with the North, the Steelers will probably be the 4th seed. Oh, no. Like, that game might be at Heinz Field, but no. Oh, no. Chiefs, Steelers, wild card round, 4-5 matchup at Heinz Field. Oh, no. That's some bad news. Ay, ay, ay. 5 seconds to go, and Seattle will send this to a game 3. It's full time. 4-2 Seattle. We're going to a game 3. 5 game 3s, 3 sweeps. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Once subscribed, send suggestions on live streams, comment on this video, put this in playlist, share friends and family, all that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. And then Wednesday, we'll be live again. Off day tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you, well, by the time this comes out, it will be tomorrow. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan, I'm out. Peace. Game 3 between Seattle and Minnesota. 5 MLS game 3s for round 1. 3 sweeps. Vancouver, LAFC, and Philly. The rest of the teams have to play a game 3, the most game 3s we've ever seen in MLS over the 3 years of this format. So that's good. I'll see you later. I'm running them out. Peace. Well, they're at home. They better be better.